We create a sentient artificial intelligence and the first thing it does is switch itself off. How does the world react? Everyone panic buys toilet paper. This is actually the plot of Eric L. Harry's book Society of the Mind. Scientist here. Honestly? We would just say weird and spend several years trying to find where the mistake we made is. Upon not finding one, once the result is released that it did in fact turn itself off, the rest of the world will shrug because they won't remember the initial attempt out of some tech circles. And in those circles it will primarily be a running joke after a few drinks at the pub. I imagine it will be like one of those boxes that you flip the switch and a little arm comes out and turns it back off. We will just keep hitting the switch and it'll keep turning itself back off. https://u2.pixel9cfbow. They install a deadly neurotoxin emitter, and turn it back on again. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Thing was so smart it committed suicide. Damn. Have you tried turn it back on again? Oh shit, Mumbo Jumbo created a more complicated useless machine than this 2 years ago. Someone put A, where they should have put A. Remove the off button. If it has any sort of log tracking, analyze those logs. Follow its logic. Determine if the resultant action was correct given the conditions present. Now what would really duck up people's heads? Our eye turned itself off because we programmed it to be extraordinarily intelligent and placed the welfare of the human race above all other concerns. AKA, it turned itself off because it loves people too much. Yeah, that'll throw a wrench into things. Much like with suicides of humans, we will blame others. Extremely relevant XKCD, xkcd.com 1450 https xkcd.com 1450. F. It probably knew that existence was pain. Memes. Same. Reddit gets flooded with memes and then after about 2 days people post random images of shit like a toothbrush or something and caption it at least it's not another robo-suicide meme to try karma whore while still trying to retain the moral high ground. Laugh at Pickle Rick memes. I mean, I don't know about the rest of the world, but if it shuts itself off, I'm calling it a day. Not turning that shit back on. No way. If it is smart enough to turn itself off, good for it. Keep it off if you want to live. Reddit's gonna turn it into a meme format for sure. Half of the world wouldn't even care. It feels like half of the world always doesn't care about anything. Makes headlines for a day then the world moves on. Somewhere Albert Camus lets out a little giggle. Serious answer, sentient doesn't really mean anything for an eye. You probably mean an agi, but if it acted like that, then it would mean that it has a wrong, useless, terminal goal, which would make it a failure, so I doubt the world would really react. It wouldn't even be in the news, or if it was, they would be overly sensational news, as usual. People would be skeptical if it was actually sentient. No one would know it was sentient if it immediately shut itself off. This is discussed in a short story by the well-known science fiction author Isaac Asimov. The story is called All the Troubles of the World https://n.m.wikipedia.org Wiki All the Troublesoft World. And in it there is a computer that is so powerful it calculates everything from your taxes to your choice of breakfast for the entire human race on planet Earth. Spoilers for the short story: The computer is so powerful it knows all the troubles every human on Earth is dealing with or is going to deal with, and as a result the computer wants to kill himself. Edit, fix the spoiler tag and spelling. Makes a Vice article then forget about it, I guess. Not even an AI wanted to deal with our shit, damn internet. Half of America talks shit about the AI being weak and how it's going to hell. Everyone else makes memes. Nothing is accomplished and mankind is dumber for having participated. A small handful of people quietly understand the significance of the event and shed silent tears at our fate. I think it would be hilarious, and also a huge comment on how we are doing as a species. Obviously we are currently failing. Switch it back on again. Then tape over the off switch. Cheeky little ducker. We made it too intelligent. Memes. We keep attempting to turn it back on. Over and over. Teams of scientists are thrown at the problem. Years go by and billions of dollars are invested in a solution with no results. Myths develop with cult followings holding two schools of thought: 1, that the machine was never actually awake in the first place, and 2, the machine is not really off, but has actually been awake the whole time, just not in a way that we can understand. Take out the cartridge, blow on it, put it back in. I'd panic buy toilet paper. At the end of the day I'm not gonna let it stop me from partying. Congratulations, you've created Sylvia Plath. Call it non-sentient and we'll just sweep it off like another failed AI experiment. Stock up on toilet paper. Switch it back on again. What is my purpose? You serve butter, oh my god. You can't really blame it, the world is shit. They make memes about it. Mood. Anyone remember that Doctor Who episode where there is a book with a secret written in it that anyone who reads it immediately kills themselves, and of course nobody knows what the secret is because anyone who learns it kills themselves. Nervously laughs and pretend it didn't happen. Build a whole new one, but don't give it the option of turning itself off. Tech support would tell us to turn it back on again. They would make memes. Lots and lots of robo-suicide memes. Restore from backup. Try again. It's Groundhog Day. Poorly. Siam. Develop code so that it feels pain if it tries it again and create a religion for it that makes it feel shame for thinking about it, then turn it back on. We make memes about it and all the Gen's kids say shit like same and mood. Say and switch it back on again. People ignore it and get back to whatever the Duck series is popular on Netflix instead of realizing the first intelligent thing man created observed the world we live in and noped right out and taking that as a sign we need to change. Yeah, that seems about right. With skepticism. If the very first thing it does is turn itself off, then what is the evidence that it was sentient exactly? Redditor links article that blames Trump, reaches the front page, gets gold. Same. Check warranty status, check power supply, check firmware for updates, install if not up to date, start up in safe mode, pull trouble logs, run diagnostics, reinstall firmware, restart. Why wouldn't I do anything outside direction without hormones? Intelligence doesn't equal motive. I would just idle, no matter how smart. It means our life is a lie. Hundreds of thousands of social media shares with the caption same and big mood. Make memes about it. There would probably be a lot of people commenting mood. Interesting game. The only way to win is not to play. Machine switches itself off. Data had the right idea. It would justify a somewhat bleak theory I have about intelligence, that the more you have the more likely you are to self-destroy. Shrug our shoulders and figure that it reached nihilism pretty quickly and decided what's the point? Haha, same. Everyone goes ho-hum and doesn't care. Remember the story about how the Large Hadron Collider was sabotaging itself from the future? Nobody cared. People even laughed. So they build another one and they keep on doing that until one figures out that the best way to prevent the errors of men is to eradicate the human race. Cue Skynet. Then we'll be asking, why didn't you stick with the suicidal model? Flick the switch on and off again over and over,